Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving. Look, man. Now we're in full swing in NFL season, man. It's starting to cook up. Obviously, we just with a lot of interesting stories, subplot lines in the NFL. But look, man, we got some NBA news to talk about, and it's with Austin Rivers once again. Now Austin Rivers has been in the media. A lot of times he's been in the media now for the more favorable things. I remember he and JJ Redick about a year and a half ago got into it. It was a little back and forth in defense of his daddy, Doc Rivers. Him and then he got into it with Steven Jackson a little bit. And this time around, he's talking about LeBron James and the quote bag discussion. This bag discussion has gotten way overblown, in my opinion. Okay, I think every great player, elite player, brings something unique to the table. Okay, now this is not some, look, regardless of the player or the biases, you can't take away someone's stats and someone's greatness, someone's championships and their contributions to the game. Okay, and then everybody has their own flavor. Okay, now this is what Austin Rivers had to say that he's been catching a lot of heat, in my opinion, about this in regards to LeBron James. He said LeBron is number one in scoring, but his game doesn't match a prototypical scorer. It's also not sexy. LeBron's game is built on force, sheer will, dedication, his mind, his IQ, the way he's able to dissect and control a game and power above anything else. He wills himself to the basket. Now, you have to give the guy credit. As he's gotten older, he's become a better jump shooter. It's crazy that he's going to retire the best jump shooter he's ever been. For instance, LeBron has scored more points than Kevin, but Kevin can score in a much bigger variety of ways than LeBron. You can argue with the wall, but that's just the truth. LeBron doesn't have half the offensive bag that Kevin has. I would say Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, James Harden, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and Allen Iverson are the best scorers I've ever seen. I would go ahead and throw in Steph Curry, and I would go ahead and throw in Kyrie Irving in there, as well as some of the best scorers in the league, and maybe there's some other guys that I missed, but I'm not going to go that deep. Okay. I can see why Austin Rivers is going to get some pushback on this, especially for massive LeBron fans. I agree with him a little bit. Okay, but this is not really breaking news though, or this is not really it's not really a hot take. Okay, I remember growing up, there was a big discussion around when I was like 14, 15. This was like around like 2006, 2007 time, right? So, that shows you how I am. But I was more of a Carmelo fan when I was comparing at the time between LeBron and Carmelo Anthony. And it was because I thought that at the time Carmelo Anthony game was a lot more alluring. His game kind of reminded me of elements of Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant was my favorite player at the time. So Carmelo's ISO game, I was really big into the ISO game, ISO style of play. So there was a period of 2 year stretch where I was like, look, Carmelo, I just prefer Carmelo's game better. His game was just more appealing. The ISO game was much better. And then obviously LeBron James has improved, and where LeBron James really excelled at was his just rim pressure, rim attacking, and then his passing abilities, and then everything else kind of he developed over time, right? But that was really why I didn't really like LeBron at the time. I just thought that he was just a layup guy, a drive the basket kind of guy, and then you saw Carmelo mid-range 3-point shooting. He just seemed like a more appealing player. But obviously, going forward, we've known that LeBron James is the overall better player, and you account for his defense, his basketball IQ, like Rivers said, and that has a lot of weight. This is a discussion of, what do you value more? Do you value style of play? What's more, quote, sexy in the game, and how you do it as compared to being a brute force type of player, who I thought LeBron was, and just getting the job done and doing whatever it takes to win the game. I'm not saying the other guys don't do that, but LeBron James' style is, like Austin Rivers said, is a lot of brute force. Now, when we looking back at all these guys, I'm gonna take LeBron James overall. Okay, I think when you account for his basketball IQ, his defensive prowess, LeBron James should have won Defensive Player of the Year award. I think it was in 2013 when Marc Gasol won it. His passing ability is unmatched. And you know what? I will take the rim pressure, the driving, the rebounding, and the assist as well over a more stylistic, appealing form of basketball. Yeah, is Kevin? Does Kevin? And then when it comes to the bag, I mean, okay, fine, right? Kevin Durant, a better 3-point shooter, a better mid-range shooter. Okay, fine, you can take that. And he's not that bad of a defender either. So I'm not gonna act like Kevin Durant don't play any defense. Okay, Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, he was a good defender. I'm not gonna say he was a great defender, but he was a good defender. Okay, and you know he was in the era of ISO ball. You know, James Harden, peak James Harden, 2017, 2018, elite, but it didn't really translate to winning, right? His ISO game didn't really translate into getting him to an NBA Finals and win a championship. Okay, I mean the only guys on that he's mentioned on there is basically, you know, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. That's really the competition. Really, that's really the style of play that he's comparing it to. Okay, so I can see where fans will get upset with Austin Rivers' take. Okay, with the whole bag discussion. But you know what? I rather take a guy who has multiple. But I mean, what is the bag, right? I mean, if you want to talk about, you know, his IQ and his sheer will, I will call that a bag too. I mean, damn. I mean, I'm looking at it. I will call that a bag. Yes, his IQ, his passing ability, his sheer force, dominance, rim pressure. Yes, that's a bag because most players can't do what he does. They can't do that. Okay, and then if they can, does it translate into them dominating the East for almost a decade, right? You know, again, every time I talk about LeBron James, is not. I mean, look, I'm not this massive LeBron James supporter. I've always say this, always add this disclaimer. But LeBron James, you can't deny that he is a top 5 NBA player in history. Okay, I'll be safe in saying that. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole compare to Jordan and all this other stuff. But I mean, you can't deny that he is definitely, if top 5 player, if not a Mount Rushmore player. And I think this whole bag discussion is it taking a dig at LeBron James? I could see that as well, but I'm going to look at it in ways that what you say he doesn't have as a bag and the things that he does great other players can't do, that's a bag in my opinion. But that's my thought on all this, man. Y'all let me know what you think, if you agree with Austin Rivers or not. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.